cut the other way. That's scary. It's fucking scary. The thing is that lane on the harbour, or the two lanes on the harbour bridge that can't kind of run against each other going opposite ways are usually the quickest lanes because no one wants to go in them. Because
the right-hand side lane.
Yeah.
I've never thought about that.
Yeah. They're always the quickest lanes because no one wants to drive in them because they're fucking etch. Because it's like fucking kind of scary. But
did legend alert, but
yeah,
I feel like I always do that.
Yeah, so do I. But you've never realised that's why they're the quicker lanes?
No.
Because I don't think anyone wants to drive in them because they're just kind of etch.
How's it any different from a normal road?
Because there's usually at least like a barrier between the two lanes or like double lines or some kind of medium level, like a bit of distance.
Oh, on like a 4-lane road you're talking about?
Yeah, there's usually like, you know, on like a two-way street, of course, and you're also going, 40 kilometres an hour. But on there, it's a bit quicker, like some people 70 to 80 kind of thing. And there's a lot of cars. And there's like a lot of cars. There's just a lot doing. There's a lot to look at.
No, you're right, for sure. The only part...
And if you're holding your breath the whole time, it's pretty tricky too.
Yeah, baby. Marshall gets away. Marshall's still going. Marshall's got Richards coming up outside. Now inside.
All right, what's up, nerds? Welcome back to the Barflies podcast, episode 53 this week. I'm joined always by my good friend, comrade, Alexander Russell, on this fine Monday afternoon. Supposed to be Monday morning.
Mate, this is an unreal day.
Monday? Wednesday.
It's Wednesdays. Oh, no. Mate, thank you for the glamorous introduction. Welcome all. Mate, fantastic day today. Summer doth be upon us. Daylight saving starts next week or this weekend.
Does it really?
It's always like the NRL Grand Final and then it's like daylight savings all of a sudden. That's how I remember. I could be completely wrong.
Let's have the conversation that, 25 million Australians are about to have this weekend.
Yeah.
Does the clock go back or forward? They'd go forward.
They go forward. We go forward now. Yeah. Because then you get an hour back when that changes back. That's what everyone's... Because when it...
So we lose an hour.
We lose an hour, but we get it back when it finishes.
Yes.
I kind of like the idea of daylight savings, but if it didn't go for an extra hour, we just didn't do it, would it then get dark at like 10 p.m? Would we have it as like 10 p.m. getting dark?
Wait, say that again?
Because if daylight savings, so usually it gets dark at 8:30, right? But if we didn't add the extra hour, would it be getting dark at 7:30 or 9:30?
7:30. Because the clocks go forward. So when you think about it, so this Sunday, Sunday, it's going to be dark at 7. But if we move the clocks forward an hour, that makes it 8 o'clock. And it's still a little bit light.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that's the way I always imagine. It's like it's 7 o'clock.
Do they just do it so that like people aren't getting woken up at 5 o'clock? Think they're not waking up at like 5 o'clock in the morning when the sun comes through?
Yeah, I'm actually not 100% sure the reason. I feel I think the morning has something to do with it.
Why do we do daylight savings? I don't
know, but it's awesome.
I like it. I don't hate daylight. Like I'm in for daylight savings, but I'm just saying I don't fully understand it. And that probably makes me sound stupid. I know. But I'm willing to admit it.
It says here, I've just done a quick Google search for those listening on Spotify and not on YouTube. You wouldn't have seen me do that.
Yeah.
The main purpose of daylight saving time is to make better use of daylight. We change our clocks during the summer months to move an hour of daylight from the morning to the evening.
Okay, that makes sense. That's kind of what I was meaning when I was saying the morning thing.
It'd be a waste for it to be light at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Dude, we're on today.
Mate,
we're fucking on.
All right. How was your weekend since the last episode? Anything of note? Anything happen? Any yarns to spin?
Well, I feel like your staff party was the first thing after.
Right, so I'll go first.
I appreciate the introduction, but I can't glance past that because I actually don't know what happened.
Okay, mate. Staff party.
Do you want to talk me through from like rolling out after the pod?
I literally left the pod Monday, went home. I think I just had like a toasty or something. Like I just munched something. Oh, I didn't even eat. I had a mini burrito once I got to Manly. Anyway, got home, literally had a shower, got changed, went straight down there for like a bit of prees at the office because it was a glamour.
Did old mate get on board in the end?
Who? Yeah, he was on board. It was only me and him for a bit. So we were there, and then like people started kind of slowly coming in. And then, so we were just having a few brewskis by the sea. And then time came, we went to the party, walked there, wasn't too far away from where we were. And the venue where it was has 2 levels. Usually only one's open. But both were on this occasion.
Was this your venue of work?
Yeah.
Was it weird to be there?
No. It didn't even feel like I was at work. It literally felt like almost like a nightclub.
Okay.
So kind of got there and they had like bit of security, whatever, got in.
Bit of security.
Like just checking, like making sure people who weren't invited didn't come in. It wasn't for like
okay.
RSA.
Oh, because there was more
because
the other venues and stuff were there.
Yeah, because there's all the venues. So the people I work for have like probably I'd say at least a dozen different sections of the business that work for them, including other venues and like office, admin, blah blah.
There's
blah.
one at Glebe Fish Markets, Sydney Fish Markets. There's a boathouse there.
Is there?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Neither did I until I went there.
Yeah. Wow. I did not know that either. Alas, that is an interesting fact. I'm gonna have to double check that. But so everyone in the same venue. I wasn't sure how many people were going to turn up. There was easy at least 300 people in there, and it was going off. There was like bars everywhere. They had DJs on both levels. Like on the bar, it was free drinks. It was like they had cocktails, red wine, like white wine, beer, like everything, champagne, whatever. And people were just ripping in. People were absolutely ripping and tearing. At the start, I kind of like everyone was kind of got there, checking out, having a few drinks, and they did some speeches and some awards. I didn't win any.
Any silverware?
I didn't want to win any awards, so like it doesn't really matter to me. I'm not really that interested in like recognition or anything like that.
Yeah.
I don't really know many people who are. Anyway, so once the awards kicked off, there was an upstairs bit, and I kind of went up there, checked it out, and there was like a lot of people up there, and most of us are young, like 30 or under. And having a look, whatever, and it was kind of going off. I went back downstairs to try and find my mate, and I was down there for a little bit. I went back upstairs, and I don't know what happened in the 30 minutes I was downstairs, but it was fucking cranking up there.
Oh,
it was
really?
going off.
What are we
just
talking?
like people just going crazy, like just going wild. Like, mate, it was on for young and old. I swear to God, there was just like a couple of people just getting their towel already. It was like 8:30 at this point.
Yeah, right.
Like, mate, it was going off. It was absolutely going off.
Was it cross venue?
Cross venue,
mouth to mouth?
Oh, I think so. But
really?
It was, I saw there was a fair bit of action going on.
Any of the Manly boys and girls getting into their work or not really?
Not really, to be fair. Not really. But it was more like people from different venues who don't know the people who don't work. They don't work with them.
That's good from them.
Do you know what I mean?
It's not
like they, yeah. So that was pretty funny, to be fair. But it was a great night. But yeah, it was going off. At one point, I had to vomit because I was fine. I thought I was absolutely sweet, and I was walking down this set of stairs that kind of go past this outside bit. And all of a sudden, it just smashed me. I was like, oh, my God, I need to throw up right now. And I just, like, walked around the corner of this outside stairs and just, like, quick boot, washed it down with a beautiful cocktail, and then kept going.
As any good man does.
Yeah, but it was just... And then there was an afters and whatever, and it was just...
Where was the afters?
Oh, at someone's apartment in Manly. It was actually really sick where it was.
Were you guys now back into your little Manly cult at this point?
No, there was probably 30 people there, and it wasn't just the Manly people. It was kind of all different venues.
Picked up a few strays.
Yeah, all different venues, but it was going off. And it's probably, I kid you not, it was one of the best parties I've ever been to because it was just like... It was a bit chaotic. There was like maybe there was a little, not drama, but like there was a little bit of whatever going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it was just fucking, and there was just unlimited drinks. It was just going on.
You didn't pay for anything?
Nah, not a cent.
Say less.
Mate, it was just going off.
Did we used to pay for beers at the work leaguesy parties? We wouldn't have, right?
No, the Christmas parties, no.
No. Yeah, nice.
But yeah, they were just, mate, it was going off. It was so fun.
Yeah, nice.
But then I had work the next day, which was not fun. Rocked up to work.
What time?
9, but I got to bed at like 2:33. So not terrible, but not great either.
Nah.
Mate, I was absolutely in licorice. I was not well. I was hiding for like the first hour. Luckily, there's this new guy who's Argentinian. His name's Gino. Just started at our work, mate. Lucky he was there because he was doing everyone's job. And I was like, this bloke's a machine.
Yeah, right.
I was like, this bloke's an animal.
Good to have him.
I was like, give this man a bloody raise.
Yeah.
He's doing some hard yakka for everyone right now.
Yeah, good on him.
Also, went to go and inspect my vomit the next morning. That was beautiful.
You had to go and do it?
I just went and had a look. It was still there, and I was like, oh, fantastic. Great
That was
run.
more. Was that a like moment of closure for you? Would you say?
It was definitely a moment of scatness. I would describe it of like being hungover and then having to hose away your own boot
from the party the
night before
on shift the next day.
On shift the next day.
That's like
not great.
You make your bed, you got to lie.
Yeah, that's like this is mine. I'll get rid of this.
Yeah.
So
you've literally got no one else to. You can't be mad at anyone.
No, I
for
can't.
That.
I'm like, that was me.
Yeah,
that was me.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that's fucking funny. As.
Yeah, great party nonetheless.
So what was your shift? Was this a Tuesday shift?
Tuesday.
Was it a 9 to 5?
It was a 9 to 5. Yeah, and I was like the last 2 hours. Honestly, I was just like walking the ball into the corner like you've never seen.
Just like
I'll put my hand up. I was pretty lazy on Tuesday.
Yeah,
like there wasn't.
Is it? Do you think because you kind of?
I was not giving 110%. I can guarantee you.
It wasn't head down, get through your work. It was just head down and kick stones.
Yeah, I was just like, I'm doing bare minimum today. I've earned this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that's potentially correlated to you transitioning out of that role anyway?
No, I just was like, this is scat. It's not happening. And there's also like 3 other people who are really hungover as well.
So it wasn't just you?
No, it wasn't just me. There was 3 of us. And we were toiling together. But yeah, it was grim. But fun. Worth it. Wouldn't change it.
I'm glad you had a good time.
Yeah, thanks, mate. I had a great time. So that happened. That was Monday. That was a Monday. So that was a fucking pretty good...
9 days ago.
That was 9 days ago, but it was a pretty good way to start the week. I'm not going to lie. And from there, it was pretty mediocre. Until Saturday, which was a triple header of sport... Finals, grand finals, international match. Mate, does it get any... I don't know what genius aligned it like that. Probably the betting companies, if I'm being perfectly honest. But I don't know who did it, but I'm very thankful. AFL Grand Final into Wallabies into South Panthers prelim.
Naturally, I think the NRL prelim falls on the same day as the AFL Grand Final.
Yeah, that's
regardless.
True. Yeah.
The Wallabies All Blacks one was kind of news to me. Thank God I wasn't at work because it was AFL in the inner west is
massive.
It's a thing. And yeah, I heard it was fucking awful.
Like busy awful?
Busy awful.
Yeah.
Like really busy.
Yeah.
The boys let everyone close the pub early that night because they were like, you guys have earned it. They were like, close at 12 instead of 1.
That's fair.
You've had a pretty big day.
That's fair.
I didn't even know. Did the All Blacks pump them?
Yeah, 40-14.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Mate, in New Zealand, I don't think I can remember a time Australia has beaten New Zealand in the Rugby Union. Yeah. Or beating New Zealand in general has happened once every 5 years, I swear.
Yeah, okay. I have zero interest in Union.
They're just in our head. They are rent free in the Wallabies' head.
Yeah. Well, the All Blacks is. There's something about them.
Well, they're the pinnacle of rugby.
Yeah.
Always have been.
But they're like a sporting nation, like international sporting powerhouse,
Yeah.
you know? It's like everyone knows the All
They're
Blacks.
feared. They're feared.
Yeah. They're a feared side.
Because they're beast.
I
Because they're
think-
fucking gone.
Yeah.
They've always been good.
I think I could see myself like properly getting into the AFL next year.
You could.
Yeah.
I got into it a lot in the back end of this year. I won't lie. Grand final, Swanee's unlucky.
Was it unlucky?
They just got blown off the park. But I think that's because they played their grand final last week against Collingwood. And that just like took it out of them. And then they came out to this game against Geelong. And Geelong have cruised past Brisbane and just ready to go.
Yeah.
So that's my thought on it.
We kind of had that yarn last week.
Yeah.
And we're talking about it in relation to rugby league. I can't exactly remember the conversation now, but
We did touch on it.
in similar fashion, Penrith kind of blew South off the park in the end. Too good, too big, too strong.
It's pretty
fast.
ominous for Eels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I look, and I don't know if this is me like punting with my heart rather than my head, but I can't see Penrith losing next week.
I can't see it.
Especially because they've been, I'd almost say the fact that the Eels have beaten them twice this year is like.
But then Penrith beat them in the first final.
I know. So and they rolled them, didn't they?
Yeah, but Mitchell Moses got concussed halfway through the game. So it was 8-6 and then Mitchell Moses went off and they lost by 20 points.
Okay.
But we'll save that for the back page, that yarn. But we'd like to note it was just a great occasion on the Saturday.
Yeah, it was just,
having it lined up like
talk
that.
about on for young and old.
Talk about it.
I heard the pubs out here, like the Vic and stuff, like big pubs in Marrickville. I heard the guys were bouncing between pubs around here and it was just like shoulder to shoulder everywhere.
Really?
Like if you're going to a pub, you're standing.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. At like what, 2:00? Yeah. Something the grand final was 2:30.
Tell you what, that NRL should take a leaf out of the AFL's book though. Have the grand final during the day. 2 p.m, 2:30 on a Sunday, 3:00. Like, why have it so late at night all the time? They always do that with the games. I don't get it.
I think Victoria have a public holiday on Friday as well. So they for no reason. I think it's just for the grand final.
Yeah, because it's like a massive event.
So they have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday off.
Yeah, it should be like in the middle of the day. If we don't get a public holiday on the Monday after the NRL Grand Final, it should be during the day.
Not at 8:00.
That's what. Like, it should be at 3. It should be
like
an
I'm
Arvo game.
I can send 6 to 8 beers at 3 p.m, but I can't do it at 8:00 when I got work the next morning.
That's true. That is
we
true.
don't have work, but we're speaking for the
Greater public.
Yeah, the blue collar man, the working class hero.
That's it.
He's not going to have 8 beers at 8 p.m.
No, he's not.
He might at 3.
But he can't at 8. All right?
I'll have a margie too if it's 3:00, Why not?
Yes, sir. Jump in there. Have a little margarita, huh?
Well, they used to be at 4:00.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I'm with you. Let's bring it even further forward. Let's do like a 2 or 3 p.m. kickoff.
Yeah, I rate it. I just rate it. And you know what? Robbie Williams and Delta Goodrum rocking the halftime show at the MCG.
How was it?
Pretty good.
Do you remember our podcast last year? We spoke very in depth about the AFL Grand Final.
The Perth one, when they had the really good pre-show entertainment. That was unreal. They got the
did not
Killers.
feel like that long ago.
No, they got the Killers as well a couple years before that. That was great. Who have we had? I think Bruno Mars is this year's one for the NRL.
It's Jimmy Barnes.
Again.
What do you mean again?
What do you mean again and again? He's done it like 7 times. Why have they got Jimmy Barnes doing it again? He's done it. I don't think every couple of years, I swear to God, he does an Origin. He does that.
No, I don't. I don't think so. I think every year it's like Macklemore. Like Macklemore did one.
No, it's always Jimmy Barnes. Why? I've seen Jimmy Barnes perform in at least 4 grand finals. I swear to God.
It's better than fucking Macklemore, dude. At least it's kind of like.
Yeah, but I wish it was Bruno Mars. I want to hear that man sing Grenade. Come on, mate. Give it to me.
That's not going to fire you up, then, NRL,
mate. Get me emotional. Don't say that's not going to fire you up. Nah. 24K Magic. Uptown Funk.
Yeah.
Mate.
Where'd you get Bruno Mars from?
I swear. Look it up. Look it up right now. I think it is Bruno Mars. Imagine if it's Bruno Mars, Jimmy Barnes crossover.
That'd kind of be sick.
I don't know what they would sing, but I think it would be good.
NRL Grand Final entertainment. What do we got? Okay, I see Jimmy Barnes straight off the bat.
Okay, pending.
Jimmy Barnes, Diesel, John Teskey.
We've seen Diesel play at the Leagues Club. I worked in an event and... Dude, that is how scat the NRL Grand Final is. I've literally worked at the Leagues Club in an event and Diesel played.
Bliss and Ezzo. Remember them?
Yeah. Hard
They
to
were like
forget.
when Hilltop Hoods were really big in like
Yeah.
2014.
So look, that is not.
That's kind of where the NRL.
That sounds like a fucking train wreck, if you ask me.
It just sounds like it. It's not. It's not it.
It's not it. All right, they got Robbie Williams and Delta. Mostly Robbie Williams. Delta did like 1 or 2 songs.
Yeah.
But they still got Robbie Williams. Come on.
I feel like the NRL could do better than that. Surely, like they'd have money to throw around. Come on.
They have some fucking coin to spend.
Who would be your ideal?
NRL Grand Final singer.
I heard Matty Johns one time say Wolf Mother.
Wolf Mother would be really
That'd be
good.
pretty sick.
That would be really good. I don't know. Metallica would be pretty sick.
That'd be sick. But is that they're like in the US, aren't they?
Yeah, it would cost
Bit
them a bomb,
unrealistic.
but it would be pretty sick. Did you see?
Enter Sandman.
Yeah.
And then enter Nathan Cleary.
Yeah, fucking oath.
That'd be pretty
They
sick.
have so many like songs that are so like would G you up so much.
Yeah, I just Wolf Mother
Imagine
makes sense because they're Australian.
Yeah, imagine if 1-4 played the grand final.
That'd be fucking awesome.
That would be mad.
That would be
Especially
sick.
because since it's Parramatta Penrith, that would be sick.
Oh my god!
Can you imagine?
There'd be riots.
The crowd would be going off. I reckon.
Aren't they like banned from playing shows?
They're banned in New South Wales from playing some shows, I think. But they're playing. They're actually playing a couple of festivals around the country. They're playing 2 festivals in Canberra. I know that.
Yeah, right.
But I think they can play like in some places, but not Sydney.
The crowd they must draw must be so edge.
I think it's just. Yeah, I don't know. I can't really comment, but like, I think they should be allowed to play. I think it's just music. It's not like there's like.
I think it's a bit more than that. I think it's like, well, dude, they've been banned from playing gigs in New South Wales. It can't just be music.
Yeah, but mate, you wouldn't ban. Not saying they're the same, but like you wouldn't ban Dr. Dre and Ice Cube and stuff when they're in NWA. They didn't get. Well, they tried to ban them. They didn't work.
Yeah, but that was like 30 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. So why are these artists getting banned now?
Well, it's just a different time now, mate.
Yeah, exactly. So they shouldn't be getting banned.
No, they should. Like, I'm not saying I'm necessarily for it or against it, but like, you know, the 80s was like a different 80s, early 90s, whatever.
They tried to ban.
Different
They tried to ban Elvis as well, mate.
Did they?
Yeah,
What for?
being a fucking throbber.
Yeah, fair enough.
So
Look, get
happens,
one. Look,
happens to all the greats. Happens to all the greats.
I want 1-4 at the grand final. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, there must be a reason they're banned, and I feel like
Mate, I reckon it would be electric.
it'd be
if they
sick,
performed.
dude. Imagine Toto and Critter and all that.
Mm.
They'd be like out on the field. They'd be more pumped about 1-4 being there than the final.
Yeah. Well, I reckon it would be sick. Well, they popped up at the Kid Leroy concert,
Yeah, I heard.
and that looked pretty good. to be
Yeah,
fair.
yeah. Didn't he like sneak them out?
Yeah,
it was
well,
unannounced.
Unannounced.
Yeah.
To be fair, I got a bit of a soft spot for them. I really like their music. So
I haven't really listened to it much. What is it called? Drill rap? Is that what it's called?
yeah,
Yeah, I should listen to them.
I
As I walk through sunny Erskine,
Yeah.
pump job.
to go and get an oat latte, just pumping a bit of 1-4. To be fair, I've actually done that when I go to the cafe in my suburb, so can't really talk.
Dude, I go to this one cafe up the top of the road, and I swear to God, I'm fucking about to lose it with them, eh?
Why?
Like they're on their last
Fleetwood?
straw. Not Fleetwood. It's called Cafe Sofia. It's at the top of our street.
Right.
Don't know if I should have called them out like that. Whatever, dude.
No, fuck.
Every single time I go in there, I'm like, I've tried everything because I like get iced lattes. Generally speaking, iced lattes come with 2 shots. I always ask, do you guys do small iced lattes or can I just have it with 1 shot?
We'll just get a weak ice latte.
Or a week. So I've tried everything. Trust me. That's always the chick who serves me. She's awesome. She's always like, yep, no worries, all good. This barista, dude, I've got serious qualms with him. He fucks this thing up every time. As soon as he hands it to me, I'm like, that's not. The thing is so dark.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's a double shot. That could be. It's probably closer to a triple than a single.
Did you tell him to fuck off, mate?
No, I don't, because I never want to be that guy that's like, hey, mate, I asked for a double shot. Because he could go, that's a single. And then what am I going to do? Double down and start arguing with this guy, mate? Because like,
That'd be very George Costanza of you.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just kind of have to cop it. And as soon as I cop it, I'm like, he's got it wrong again. It's been like 6 times in a row.
Mate, move locations. It's not on.
Yeah, I know. The next closest one is Fleetwood Macchiato, though, which is like another 60-meter walk.
That's
So
tough.
you
That
can.
is that.
Do you know what I'm
is-
saying?
That's tough. That is absolutely right.
True dilemma.
Yeah,
A true dilemma.
mate. I'd sack him off. I'd sack them off.
Anyway,
Mate, my local cafe barista is the goat.
yeah,
Yeah. He's the goat. He gave me a free coffee the other day.
just
Because,
loyalty, but vibe loyalty.
I call it the Narrowena special. I get the bacon egg roll from the Vietnamese place with a hash brown next door. It cost me about $9. And then I go and get a coffee from the Italian deli. Absolutely delicious. Right? So I order the bacon egg roll and they then get the coffee. And then usually by the time that's done, the bacon egg roll's done. It's all about timing, you know?
well,
It's all about operations. It's how you get these things done. And I'd usually pay at the end, but we both were unsure whether I'd paid for the coffee when I first got there. I was like, have I paid? And I went to go pay, and he's like, well, I'm not sure. He's like, oh, you know what? You just have it. I was like, really? He's like, yeah. Because we go, like my whole family goes there.
Yeah,
And I was like, thanks, Matt.
yeah,
I was like, you're a G, mate.
yeah,
What a legend.
yeah.
That's what it's about. That's what it's about.
Yeah, you know, it's about keeping the people happy.
I was like, what a man.
Mm.
So I was pumped after that.
Yeah.
So
Did you see the Batuta Advocate article a couple of weeks ago? I feel like I might have sent it to you. That
Which
was
one?
like,
they've been on fire recently. As well,
yeah,
just
they
quietly.
have. It was like,
Last couple of weeks, I've seen some absolute gems.
yeah, the one I saw was like pub chef and bartender form symbiotic relationship where one is fed and one is watered.
Yeah. Fucking oath, I read that.
And calling a chef who's getting beers from the bartender watered
Yeah.
is so funny.
It is true, though. Yeah, they look after you, you look after them.
Mate, it's
I
you
used to
don't
have
even
a
really think about it or talk about it, but you just do it. It's like we're both in the trenches here, mate. Like,
And it's like, there's just a benefit. You're both getting something out of it. I used to do it all the time at the league club with the chefs.
Yeah.
I used to I'd like give them a really, really cheap beer. Like they'd get a pint and I'd give them like a midi.
Yeah.
I'd make them pay for like a midi light,
Yeah.
which is like $3.50. Or I would just give it to them for free.
yeah,
And then when I went to go get food, it was like stacked. And I could order whatever I wanted and change whatever I wanted.
yeah. It's pretty simple, and I feel like
Hospinomics.
simple
It is
hospinomics, mate.
it's an element of hospinomics that we haven't discussed before, but the chef floor worker alliance.
Yeah,
Like if you get a hospo job, you should definitely always be nice to chefs for the fact that they work very hard.
Yeah.
But also be nice to them because then
they'll
they'll
look
look after you too.
Agreed. And I think like a lot of people in hospitality are potentially intimidated by
The chef arena.
just the chef environment, the kitchen.
It can be hectic.
It's hectic, and like you go in there at the wrong time, they will tell you to fuck off.
They will. They
And I've
shan't.
been told by the chefs to fuck off.
Yeah.
And then I've gone, because sometimes I'll go in there and I'll just be like a lippy idiot.
Yeah.
Like I'll just start dribbling to them.
Yeah.
And one time I went in and he was like, Cody, fuck off, go away, too busy. And I was like, head down.
Message received. I'll see you boys later.
I was like, I'll leave my food there. Heat it up when you're ready, mate.
Yeah.
No worries.
We have like this position at work we call it the pass, but it's where all the food comes out. You have to like, it's kind of like quality assurance checking it. Like
Yeah, we've got
making
that as well.
Everything's like all sweet before it goes out. And when it's like hectic busy, and there's just like you're just getting dockets upon dockets just flung at you. You know, there's times where you know, not having serious words, but it gets a bit heated. But it's always after it was like, it's always kind of like happens on the pitch stays on the pitch, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And you shake hands and you laugh about it afterwards. So it was good. I remember the first time I did it when it was like fucked busy, and it was the old head chef, and who I was good mates with. And then I saw him in like busy chef mode, and he kind of was like getting mad at me, and I was kind of going, well, I wouldn't be asking for it if I didn't fucking need I didn't need it, kind of thing. And then afterwards he just like smiled and walked past me and just like gave me a fist bump, and I was like, sweet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dust
That's
settled.
that.
Yeah.
So it was cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, the boys always at work, I try and get their coffee. I always ask if they want coffees, blah, blah, blah. And they always sneak me like a potato rosti or something.
Yeah, nice.
So
And I feel like they appreciate it when like the floor staff is nice to them because like I said, I can't imagine the entirety of every staff is nice to them.
no.
You know what I mean?
No.
They cop a lot of shit, and they probably like. I feel like they could potentially feel, like not less than the floor stuff, but I feel like floor stuff could potentially treat chefs as if like.
I could see that.
Do you know what I'm trying
Yeah.
to say?
They have
chefs would be
their
like,
own,
"Fuck
they're
that."
two different worlds.
Yeah.
Two different kind of environments.
I feel like what I'm trying to say is when you bridge that gap,
It's good.
The kitchen appreciates it.
Yeah, it's
you know
good.
what I mean?
And it has benefits.
You know, toilers.
They're toilers, mate.
We're toilers. They're toilers. We're all toilers.
Just help the brothers out.
Yeah, exactly right.
Help them out.
Okay. my week this week generally pretty uneventful. I came home on Sunday night from work and the boys were in the living room and I'd kind of like gone through the fridge to get some food out and something came over here. I was like, all right, we're dealing with this bottom drawer of our fridge right now.
Can you describe, please, to listeners, viewers, freaking flyers, what is the bottom drawer and why is it such a conundrum in your house?
Okay, so in my drawer, in our fridge, we live in a house of 3. There's 3 shelves. Pretty fucking simple. Top shelf Cody, middle shelf Kane, bottom shelf EJ.
That's always my favourite shelf.
EJ shelves.
EJ shelf is like, it'll be like cheese, a banana, a whole Kit Kat, some Tim Tams, and like some grapes. And then like maybe like some, I don't know. It's just
Like pasta sauce.
Yeah, or like just pasta sauce and salsa.
Yeah.
Like it's always like the most, it's like,
It's a random assortment of items.
if they had to give those items as a mystery box challenge on MasterChef, I don't even think they would be able to come up with a recipe for it because
They could
they're just too odd.
The best you could do is like a fruit charcuterie board
Yeah, maybe.
with like some Kit Kat on the side.
maybe. I don't know.
Like you couldn't make anything
It
with
would literally be the world's hardest MasterChef mystery box challenge.
Anyway, so as I said, I'm on the top shelf. And the way I'd call this bottom drawer, it's kind of residual from the middle 2 shelves. I don't go near the bottom drawer. But I've kind of like been keeping an eye on it the last couple of weeks because it's full. But it's always full and I never see anyone go in there.
Yeah.
So I got, all right, let's deal with this right now.
Let's get into it.
We've pulled out like 3 full bags of carrots. They're all EJ's because he goes, they're $2. I'll buy them.
Just get them and eat them.
And I'm like, why don't you just buy singular carrots? Like you can't be getting through that many carrots a week. He's never even here.
Yeah.
Like just buy 1 or 2 and just every time you go shopping, just buy 1 or 2. It's not hard. Keep it like, it's like stock take, you know?
Yeah.
Just
First in, first out.
exactly. So there's 3 bags of carrots. There's also 3 bags of onions. They all turned out to be Cane's. He was doing the same thing. Just buying more onions.
Well, might as well buy them.
I'm like, dude, you cook once a week and you maybe use 1 onion. A bag should last you 6 months, in theory, if you're buying a bag.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I use like 3 or 4 a week. No way. Bullshit.
Cap.
We found like a couple of moldy mandarins, a black capsicum.
Yeah.
Some things.
Never heard of that one
They've
before.
seen a few winters down
Yeah,
in that
righto.
store. But we got through. We got through. You were talking about people not being comfortable with mess. Was that on the pod or was that before?
That was
the pod?
before.
Yeah, you were talking about people being comfortable with mess. Kane and EJ are comfortable
Comfortable with mess.
with that sort of mess.
I
Yeah.
can't get around that.
Look, we worked through it. We got some pretty pretty hectic full garbage bags.
You showed me the video.
Taken
It was gnarly.
It's pretty grim.
Yeah. Did it
is pretty
stink?
grim. It stunk for a little bit. Oh, dude, last week's one. Did I tell you about the potatoes that I found?
No.
Oh, okay. So I went down to the bottom shelf last week. This bottom cupboard, by the way, is generally speaking, it's mine. Sometimes Kane puts stuff in there, but generally speaking, it's
The one
mine.
that's always open.
The bottom cupboard, it's always open because
Yeah.
I just forget to close it. But I'm not the tallest bloke. I don't have great access to the top cupboards.
That's fair.
Loud and clear. So anyway, I went to get one of my muesli bars off this bottom shelf and it's stuck to the bottom shelf. It's stuck to the bottom. And I was like, oh, that's really weird. And I like picked up the muesli bar and it kind of smelled. I was like, oh, yuck. Like, what's that? And there's this sort of brown, slimy, sort of sticky tar, I would almost say. And I've slid, and I keep all my stuff on the left side of this double sliding bottom cupboard, and I've slid it across to the left. And there's a bag of potatoes on the bottom side of the other one. And I've picked it up and held it in the air, like, you know, and like a cop inspecting like a pretty hectic bag of narcotics. And I've held it up and it's like 5 to 6 potatoes, but they're submerged in like a brown, slimy, like liquid
No.
of sorts.
No.
And it stinks, dude. It smells like someone has literally died
Fuck.
in our cupboard. I don't know how.
That's gross.
I don't know how the smell didn't emanate outside the cupboard, but it didn't.
Because it hadn't been disturbed.
No, and it was so rank. I don't even think I took a photo of it. I think I just like binned it straight away.
That is fair play, yes.
And I took the cupboard
Did you
doors
just,
off,
like,
like
clean
pulled
the whole
everything
thing?
out, cleaned everything.
Did you eat the muesli bar?
Didn't eat the muesli bar.
No.
That went into
Well, it was
the bin.
inside the wrapper, mate.
Nah,
But still.
it was so bad.
That's right. Maybe that was like the stages of vodka being fermented, and that's what you were getting from it.
Potentially something like that. I don't know how liquid got it in there. I don't know how it became so slimy. I reckon like something got in there and drew the liquid out of the potatoes.
They do, like potatoes do have a lot of moisture in them though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I reckon the moisture got drawn out of the potatoes in. Anyway, it had been in there for months.
That is chat.
I'm not one to hold a grudge nor get worked up over something like that. I kind of thought it was amusing. As rank as it was, I cleaned it.
Was it your potato?
It was Cane's. It wasn't my potatoes. I'm never one to buy a bag of anything because I'll use one potato like every
You don't
3
usually
weeks.
buy bags?
No.
No?
No, usually a single sort of
Yeah, you don't. Yeah,
item
okay.
operator.
No, I don't. I
You know
usually
what I
buy,
mean?
No, I don't usually buy many bags either. I usually get single items too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Well, we're smart. We're smart in that sort of
That
sort of way.
Yeah.
EJ's a big fan of
Big
the,
on the bags, is he?
Well, he likes getting a bag of carrots.
Yeah.
As
As shown, obviously.
shown.
Yeah.
But we worked through that. That's kind of like the crux of our problems in this house. That's about as deep as it gets.
Yeah.
Other than that, we're pretty zen.
Yeah.
We sort of just operate in our own lanes.
Yeah.
And like a lot of people ask us, like, do we cook together? Do we clean together? Not do we clean together? Do we cook and eat together?
Yeah.
Essentially, and we don't really. It's all just vis-a-vis our fridge being 3 separate.
It
shelves.
is what it is.
No one touches each other's shelves.
Mm.
And yeah, we kind of
no
just
communal aspect.
no, not really, not really. We're on different schedules as well, so we don't see each other. But
It's kind of good though.
it is good. Be annoying if they were like down here cooking while we were trying to record the pod.
Yeah, it kind of sort of worked out kind of well for, me anyway.
Yeah.
Because I've got to come here and do
And
the
you get to
pod.
come in and look at AJ's shelf every week. And see
I
what's
know, it's
new in there.
amazing. I love it. Anything else of note during the week?
Not really. Been doing a bit of wheeling and dealing on Marketplace this week.
Ooh, talk to me. Talk to me.
I can't remember if I spoke about our washing machine on the pod, but it's been giving us troubles where like it won't finish its cycle, and that our clothes will come out wet and soapy every time. We've tried everything. You put it through a spin cycle, not a spin cycle, like a wash cycle, and then you'll try and put it through a rinse. It still won't rinse. And you know how washing machines do a spin at the end, so your clothes come out like kind of well drained.
Yeah.
Ours come out and you lift them up, and there's water like literally running off them.
Scary.
So got a new washing machine yesterday. Put a t-shirt through it last night after we got it, and there's water coming out the front door, which is not ideal. I'm hoping it's just like a seal problem. I can just put a new.
You've been gypped.
I hope not. At least it works. My clothes came out like washed and relatively dry.
Right.
So the problem has been minimised, but there's now a new problem.
There's now, mate. They just don't stop.
They just don't stop.
So you got to get another.
I'm just gonna.
washing machine.
No. It's fine. It'll do. But like, I think I'll just hopefully have to get a new seal.
Just get some.
But I often get in things with people. Like, I'm looking for an easel at the moment.
A what?
An easel,
Can you
like an artist's easel.
what? No, I don't. I still don't know what an easel is.
It's like a tripod that you put a canvas on.
Oh right, that's. Oh okay, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've been looking for one of those. But you get in kind of weird tiffs with people sometimes where like this guy had one listed for 40, right? And he was like, make me an offer. And I was like, hey mate, I noticed you're just around the corner. I'd offer you $20. I can come pick it up.
Right.
Literally right now if you want me to. And he's like, would you do 30? I was like, I'll meet you at 25. And then he's like, oh, okay, 30 is as low as I'll go. And I'm like, well,
What about $15 and a back rub?
I'm like, I don't need your easel that bad. I'm sure I can just go and talk to someone else about giving it to me for 25,
Yeah.
if not less. You know what I mean?
And what did he say?
He was like, all right, all good. But I was like, mate, I can see no one else is looking at this easel because it shows how many people
Yeah.
have like saved it and stuff.
I'm your only.
I know
bloke.
I'm your only customer. So like, what is $5 to you? You know what I mean?
You want to get rid of your easel? I'm here to take it.
Yeah.
And you don't want it? Fine.
Yeah, I
Keep-
could have had
keep
this
your
out of
fuck-
your house tonight.
Keep your fucking easel, mate.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like, I'll go find one off someone else. You, as the buyer on Marketplace, generally speaking, you have the leverage.
Yeah, was on Marketplace. I was on Gumtree. I didn't realize there was ads that you could put out if you were looking for an item, not just buying an item.
Yeah.
And I replied to him being like, yeah, it's just for sale. And the guy's like, this is a search ad. Like, kind of like making me like the idiot. I was like, fucking all right then, mate.
Yeah.
Like, calm down.
Yeah.
Like, he was getting a bit G'd up in the Gumtree DMs.
Mate, this is obviously, I'm looking for this.
I'm obviously looking for you, fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Shut up, mate. Shut up, dickhead.
Shut up, idiot.
Just because I'm the one who doesn't know how this app works doesn't make me the idiot.
What are we at? 41.
41.
Okay. Do you have, do you want to talk about, I'm kind of interested in this little eagle tag point you got here.
Oh, yeah, last night we played Eagle Tag round 1. Brad Parker's Army back again.
Oh, okay.
Couple new faces in the team, but an exciting season. And
who's in the lineup that I would know?
Nathan.
Ed?
No, just Nathan. Is probably the only person you would know on the team.
Nathan of episode
31.
31.
Yeah,
Fame?
we'll say that. It's mostly his mates and then like a couple of our other mates as well. But last night the comp isn't graded the first couple of games, so you could verse like some really good, like pretty good teams where everyone plays footy, where our team's like a genuine social team.
Yeah.
And last night we versed like a pretty good team, but all the guys on the other team were fucking huge. Like they were all massive, and we all rocked up. And we're like, holy shit! Like I don't even want to tag these blokes. Like they're so big. But it was 3-2 at halftime, and they were rattled because we're not that good, and we like just obviously none of us really. There's a couple of people who've played rugby or play rugby.
Where do you fall into this sort of lineup of young men? Like, are you sort of like a prime Chris Sandow kind
I'm
of?
fullback, mate.
Oh, you're
a fullback.
like a GI operator.
Yeah.
Who would you compare yourself to? Are you more like
Scotty Drinkwater?
Oh, the drink?
The drink.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
No, I'm not sure I'd compare myself to, but just doing my best, mate. Just doing my best out there. I got gypped of a great moment where I put an eyes up footy kick through.
Yeah.
And the ref is dead set 5'4", and so of course the kick through the line. He goes, "Yeah, that was above the shoulders." I'm like, mate, it's not. It was like this high on me. I swear to God.
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, above the shoulders, like got to change over." It was like a kick through it, and then I got it back and made like 30, like made half a field up. Great play, great eyes up play.
Yeah, nice.
On the second tackle, called back. I was rattled. Anyway, enough about me. So the team we're versing were massive.
Did you give him like a short joke? Like, yeah, of course. It's above
I
your
was
shoulders,
like, man, it's got to be a stitch up. And he's like, no, it's my height. And I was like, does it have to be though? Anyway,
oh, it has to be the ref's height.
it's the ref's height. So whatever size the ref is, that's how high you can kick it. Anyway, this other team, they were huge. One bloke in particular, massive, tatted up, like just huge, like massive bloke.
Of Anglo descent.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I think so. I don't really know, to be fair, but he was just huge, and he was kind of just red the whole time as well. I couldn't anyway. They were getting rattled because we were kind of beating them, or it was close. And at the end of the game, at the end of the first half, like he kind of G'd up at like one of our at Nathan. Like Nathan tried to make a tag, and then he like full bunces him into the ground, and then throws the ball at him, and everyone's like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "Stop grabbing me, mate!" And it's like he's just trying to grab your tag, and everyone's kind of like, "Is this bloke really going to try and start a one?" He was huge, so everyone did not want to get involved. But so he's like, "It's social eagle tag on a Tuesday night. Like no one's getting that G'd up about it, surely."
Yeah.
And it was just like, "What, mate?" As if that just happened.
Yeah, right.
It was just bizarre and out of nowhere. Like it'd been no one was G'd up the whole game, and then all of a sudden he just starts to like throw something on the ground and be like, "I'm fucking boo boo," and blows
right.
up. And it was like, calm down, mate.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Yeah.
We know you're the big dog.
Yeah.
We know. You're a foot taller and a foot wider than everyone here.
Yeah.
You don't have to try and G up.
Yeah.
You know, it was just bizarre.
Yeah.
It was bizarre.
People get so fired up in social sport, it's weird.
Yeah. I mean, like, it was just, especially because it was the first game of the season we played, and we're like, we're shit, mate. Like, surely you're not getting that rattled by the fact that we
Did they end up winning? I assume they did.
They were winning the whole game.
I thought
And he
you
was
were
still
up.
rattled. No, it was just close at that
Oh,
point.
okay.
But he G'd up.
Yeah,
a big
right. What a
fella.
freak.
He was up and about. But apparently Nathan played for the game after him, and he was actually really nice.
Right.
He backed up for their team because they needed players.
Right.
And apparently he was actually a really nice guy.
No, okay.
But it was just random.
Yeah, it's just
really
competitive,
weird.
mate.
Just a bit of his sauce on a Tuesday. But it gets graded after like 4 or 5 games. So
Where do you want to land?
Div 2.
3? Div 2?
There's only 2.
Okay.
There's only 2 divisions.
Okay.
So hoping that, hoping we go down there because
Yeah.
it's not fun if you're in Div 1, it's getting
Too
tanked.
hard, yeah.
1, I don't think we could make Div 1, respectively to our team. Hope no one's listening. 2, it's much funner
Much more fun.
and it's more like social because you want to play to be like a social team. So no, it's good. It's good. It's good laugh.
We had a rather unfortunate loss in our Monday night 5-a-side comp.
Did you?
It's kind of bizarre. We play 5-a-side on Astro, and the goals are like waist height and really wide.
That is weird.
It's inch, but you can score from like halfway.
Right. Have you done that?
I scored from halfway on Monday. That's not why I'm having this story, but I just had a shot and the keeper wasn't expecting it and it went through his legs off a kickoff. Anyway,
Damn.
it's by the by. Weird that I had to drop that in there. But we were
That's
kind
so weird. I just sprinkle that.
Oh, did I drop that in? Didn't even notice.
Did I say that? No.
But we have EJs in our team and this other guy Geordie, and they're like our token Prems players.
Right.
They were both out. So
trouble.
I was going like full rat mode.
Right.
Like I was like trying really hard and like just being a menace. And I kept yelling, like the keeper's really involved in these games. And I'm always hell lippy to the keeper. Like, oh, because they start getting up to halfway.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, he's nervous.
Yeah.
He'll lose it. He'll lose this. He'll panic.
Or
And
they
the ref-
dribble up to halfway.
They drew up to halfway because it's like, you can't mark. And if you press them, it creates an overlap.
Right.
So that you give the keeper more time. And the ref pulled me aside and was like, mate, you can't. Come on, shut up. Like, you can't. be saying
Really?
that. Yeah. I was like, fair enough. At some point, I did intercept the keeper's. He did actually get nervous.
Yeah.
And I intercepted it in his pass and scored. And he was like, fuck, fair enough. In turn, the keeper also scored after I went, he'll lose this. He had a shot from halfway and it went in. I was like,
Fair play.
damn it.
Did he stay you
Fair
down?
enough.
Did he stay
he
you
was
down?
actually a good sport. He was actually, and they knew I was just like
Being a
taking the
pest.
piss.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't obviously trying to G up or anything. Alas, it comes to 6-all with like 30 seconds to go. They've got a corner. They get a shot on goal. One of our players clears it off the line, hits Blav, friend of the show, square in the beak, like just straight in the face, off his face, back into our own goal. We lose. we lose seven.
That
we lose
is like the
7-6.
most Sunday league thing I've ever
And it was
heard
just
in my
like,
life.
that really sucks. Because we worked really hard for that. They were a pretty good side. We worked really hard for
It's
that.
tough. It's tough taking an L like that.
And there was a part of, at least of my ego, that was like, we can win without EJ and Geordie.
Yeah.
Like, we can do this.
We can do it. We can get it. No, you can't.
Couldn't do it.
Couldn't do
it.
You couldn't, mate. You couldn't do it.
And we were top of it. We'd won like 8 on the trot up until then. Ooh. So we were top of the league, but we won't be anymore, aren't we? Anyway.
Oh, well, onwards. It's unlucky, mate. It's unlucky. Hey,
up.
you'll get there one.
That's
You'll
our
get there one day, Race.
that's
You'll get there
our-
one day.
It's our social sport wrap up for the
Social
week.
sport wrap. Plenty of social sport wraps coming up. I'm playing futsal. You've got futsal, eagle tag, cricket. There'll be plenty of that coming up in the coming weeks.
Yeah. What are we at? Oh, we're at 40 now. We've still got a bit of time. Do you want to talk about anything else before we...
Yeah, I'll talk about something quickly. So I might have mentioned it before,
I think you have.
but
I think we've talked about it.
my worst habit is nail biting.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that I do it, but it's like a shit habit.
Yeah.
But I've been trying real hard last couple of weeks, and they're actually looking pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, they've been looking pretty decent.
Mm-hmm.
But as part of a way to make me stop biting my nails and just keep trucking through, I don't know if it's like a form of therapy but I just find it therapeutic. But I've been watching like manicure videos on YouTube. But they've been manicure videos of not like already nice nails. It's like nails that have been bitten, like kind of fucked, and then whoever's doing it like cleans them up and like makes them look better, and then puts like fake nails on them. I've been absolutely loving them. I've been watching like 1 or 2 a day, like at least 2 a day.
What do you search?
You just search in bitten fingernails manicure. And it comes up, and there's like heaps, and they all talk in like a really soft voice, and like I'm just gonna, and it's like really relaxing to listen to, even though what you're looking at is fucking obscene. But it's good. It's actually really, and it's working.
Do they put like fake nails on?
On their nails, I do, but they
tidy up.
they tidy them up so that they can put the fake nails on. But now it kind of makes me want to get a manicure or like keep going, getting my fingers to a point where I can get one. which they're close, not far away.
Mm.
But I kind of reckon now I'm like, I kind of want a manicure.
Yeah. You should go with your mum.
Yeah, I might. Yeah.
I would
Go.
do that as well. It sounds kind of like,
But I don't want to get fake. I don't want to get fake nails. I just want to
Obviously.
get my nails cleaned up.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think you could do that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind. I could do that as well.
Yeah,
Maybe we
you got
do a
nice.
I don't.
Mani.
I
Mani.
bite mine occasionally, but I would say I have pretty
Yeah.
tidy nails.
I don't know. I
Look,
feel
they're
like
they're not nails that have touched a hammer or a saw in recent memory.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. You got nice, soft hands.
I got
mate.
podcaster hands.
I got a Hosfound podcasting hand. Nah, it's good. It's going well, but we'll see how we go. Progress to be tracked. Hopefully, there's no relapses because that would fucking suck.
Yeah, that would.
Because that's weeks.
And when you bite, that's weeks. It looks for the average person, that's probably like 3 to 4 days growth. But 3 to 4 weeks. For you.
Yeah, it's been a while. Because it got bad. Because usually I go through stages of being good, and then I don't know. Sometimes it's just like fucking rip the roof off it. So, but no, coming from where they were, they're looking fucking great.
Speaking of ripping the lid off it,
Talk to me.
we've got a bit of a session on the cards this week.
Oh yes, we do.
Xander and I potentially discussed whether or not a podcast will make it out next week.
We don't know.
Whenever
We're not
there's-
sure whether there will or won't be one.
Whenever there's a Monday public holiday or like we're out and about on a Monday,
Yeah.
the podcast sort of, it's hard to, like our schedules start to collide as the week goes on.
Yes.
If we don't do it on Wednesday, latest doesn't happen.
We've got an opportunity to do it on Monday, but both being extremely hungover / scat. I don't know what's going to happen Sunday night. We've got friend's birthday drinks at the Bolo. Grand final is then on in the afternoon, well, nighttime. Afterwards, it's public holiday, so it's going to be fucking on.
Yeah.
And there's also Man City and United playing.
As much as Xander and I love the podcast, the public holiday is a day for the feet to go up.
It's not to be ignored. It's not to be ignored.
You can't
You
ignore.
only get a couple a year
Yeah. And I'm not going to just discard that and act like it's not a thing.
because you only get a couple. You play your fun coupons then.
And look, if I see a message roll in that says, do you want to go for a swim and get a bacon egg roll?
I'm not going to do the podcast. Well, we were saying before we were spitballing the idea that I sleep on the couch and we record in the morning, and then I reminded Cody, I don't know what if we don't even end up in this area? Because who knows?
Who knows where you're going to end up?
I don't know. I was trying to get Sash by Night tickets as well for Sunday night, but they sold out on Monday.
Where
a week early.
are you leaving your car?
I'm gonna bus over.
You get okay.
I'm not carring over, or should I?
I feel like the chances of you sleeping on a couch here are high, don't you?
Yeah, there is a good chance of that.
And wouldn't you rather drive back home than get a bus back home
That is also
when you're
true.
really, really scat?
That is
wasting your public holiday on a bus back to Wiener. I'm not dropping you home, respectfully.
Why not? Why not?
I'm on holidays, man. It's my public holiday.
Yeah, look, I probably will drive, but I'll figure
Look,
that out off air. We won't discuss
The,
that kind of
the logistics of episode 54 are great.
Yeah, look, they're great. It might be a week late, might be out on Wednesday, might not come out.
We
at
should
all.
try and
Who
upload
knows?
some stories on the Barflies on Sunday.
We'll keep you in the loop of what's happening because this is a great opportunity to jump to the back page. As mentioned, grand final is on Sunday night.
Are we in the back page right now?
I think it's a good time to jump in.
Okay, let's jump in.
Did you have anything else you want to talk about?
No, well, you've segued so nicely. It'd be rude to just push that aside.
Oh,
Pretend like that didn't happen.
Cheers, mate. Okay, let's go. Let's just hit some grand final points right now. Footy dribble. Obviously, Para, Penrith both won their prelims respectively, so now they're in the grand final. The Battle of the West. What a situation! I'm actually very happy at how this final series have turned. I would have loved to have seen the Cowboys, but I really like the idea of it being a Battle of the West.
Great day for Sydney. A great day for Sydney.
All Sydney grand final.
Look, if you're a Tigers fan, not a great day.
no,
Two of the, arch nemesises of the West Tigers being Mitchell Moses and Ivan Cleary
I've made the grand final.
have made the grand final.
Could you say they've moved on to bigger and better things?
I think that's a fair.
Yeah.
I think that's a fair point.
Yeah, no, I think that's fair from the Tigers. Who came last?
That felt like a bit of a drive-by.
Just then?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was. It was. It was absolutely just.
Yeah. Look, I never thought I'd be going for Penrith in the grand final, but I am.
You don't want Parra to win?
I don't want Mitchell Moses to win a comp, and they're not going to win one after Reid Marnie leaves. So they've got to do it. This has got to be their day.
This is it?
But also, if Papali'i comes to the Tigers premiership winner, I guess that's kind of
Yeah.
if he comes.
If I'm pumped at this aspect. I was kind of looking over the teams because they've been announced.
Running your eye. What's Parramatta's bench?
So that's what I was. Actually, I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up because that is exactly what I was about to get to.
Yeah.
The teams on paper, like while Penrith's backline is probably a bit stronger than Parramatta, the forward packs are pretty even.
Yeah.
I would dare say
Toe for toe.
I would dare say Parramatta's even has a little bit more. Has a bit more size than Penrith. There's a bit more size, which sounds kind of
Fit, but
doesn't sound right. But if you have a look at them, they've got a little bit more size maybe than Penrith.
yeah, Parramatta are. They're all really tall.
They're big. They're all big boys.
Gillard, Madison, and Sean Lane are huge.
They're all like Sean Lane's what 6'6".
He'd be up there.
He's a big boy.
6'5".
Junior
Madison
Polo's
would be 6'4". Junior Polo's a little bit shorter,
But he's a big boy.
Papali'i's pretty short, but he's thick.
Yeah.
Dude,
So they're power and like not saying Penrith don't have any big boys around as powerful, but I'd actually say Paris is a little bit bigger.
That's really good stuff. Will Mitch Kenny start?
No, I don't think Appy's going to start. But if you look at the bench, so last week Jacob Arthur didn't play and they had Bryce Cartwright playing 14 and no Nathan Brown. This week, which I don't actually like this idea of changing an aspect of your team in the grand final. I feel like that team won you it last week. It should be the same team. However, they've picked no Bryce Cartwright, who can play in a lot of different positions.
Yeah, he could play 6.
They've picked Nathan Brown, who hasn't played since round 17. And then they've picked Jacob Arthur, who, let's be honest, like as footballing, like anytime he's come into the team, he's not always played that well.
He's not going to play a minute, I don't think, unless there's an injury.
But I feel like that is such a waste of Bryce Cartwright adds a bit of X factor and adds something to that team, and played really well last week. I don't feel like. I don't see why he should be brought in.
I agree. I'm with you.
Especially a week. Well, the game. It's the biggest game. You just had a massive game last week that you won, and now you've changed their team.
Is there a chance it's a wall pull and Arthur drops out?
No. I know. I doubt it.
You don't think so?
No.
Interesting. I haven't looked into it too much. But
what's the Panthers bench?
Panthers bench is
that's the thing.
Mitch
the
Kenny,
Panthers team
Sorensen,
is so settled.
Leniu and
Leniu,
Salmon.
beast, Sorensen, beast, Mitch Kenny been playing there all year. Just, yeah. And, if they wanted to change it up and change, because that Jaden Salmon can play any position pretty much for them.
Yeah.
That's it's just a settled bench.
Their big boys will all be playing big minutes as well.
Yeah. That is a team ready to go. They're saying Nathan Brown has been brought in by Parra to disturb Nathan Cleary. I don't really can't really see Nathan Brown doing that without maybe getting a sin bin or getting sent off.
Yeah. And also I kind of think every team tries to disturb Cleary.
Yeah.
That's nothing. I don't think there's any.
It's easier said than done.
There's no I don't think you can just throw a player in there to do that. That's exactly what Penrith kind of would be expecting, right?
Yeah.
Every week it'd be okay, we need to get the point would be to get Cleary as much time as he can. You know what I mean? I don't think one.
But the thing with that Penrith team is okay, you don't give Cleary time, but then it opens it up for Jerome Luai, who is just as lethal. Even when Cleary's not there, they still win They still win big games when just he's playing.
Yeah.
I
don't know, dude. Like I said, I want Penrith to win, but that's a tip with my heart, not my head.
I think Penrith win.
I could see Parra getting it done. I could. There'll be so much belief in that side on Sunday.
I think it's
They've beaten everyone.
and it's
They've beaten everyone already. Why
they've
can't
beaten
they
the
do it
whole
again?
comp, and it's sold out. ANZ's sold out officially, so the crowd will be absolutely pumping. It'd be massive.
What was interesting last week, I thought, about the Parramatta game was that Mitchell Moses didn't have a great game,
He had passages of good and bad play.
which was just on brand for him. Like, I mean that emotional. He's a class footballer.
Yeah,
But, a lot of his career is ups and downs.
Yeah.
And he does have a tendency to be hot and cold. Again, no slander. He's in a grand final. He's taking his team there.
but he still
it'll
took
be
them there, having
I know.
elements of a shit game.
Exactly. And the rest of the team stood up last week. So it'll be interesting to see if he executes his game. Because if he doesn't play well, Penrith will
Roll.
roll them.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
I think if
He needs to play the game of his life next week.
but he needs D-bags to help him, and he needs he needs like those other guys to
sure.
support him still.
For sure. But he can't be kicking the ball out in the full.
No, he can't. He did that two or three times last week.
Yeah.
In good and gave some very good field position away.
Granted, he lost his grandmother that week and he had a child
And then he
literally
played.
4 hours earlier. So
Mate.
his head might not have been on, which is that's fair enough. We give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I'm pumped for this grand final. I think it'll be Penrith. I think
Why doesn't
if
Mitch...
Penrith win, I reckon you'll see Dylan Edwards get the man of the match, and I think that it'll be. I think there'll be a few tries. If I'm being perfectly honest, I think it'll be like 22-12. I think there'll be a couple tries. I think if Eels want to win this game, they're gonna have to score. I can't think you can't just keep holding Penrith out the whole game.
No.
You've got to if you want to beat Penrith, you got to really take the game to them. So that means you got to try and score some tries.
Yeah. Wonga Blake's been all at sea under the high ball as well, so good luck with
that.
that.
I quite like Bailey Simonson.
I haven't honestly watched much of him.
I
He's
like
from
him.
Canberra, isn't he?
Yeah, I think his dad played for the All Blacks actually.
Yeah.
I think he's a good player.
Yeah, it's gonna be a really good game. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. What else was I going to say? Do you not think has Mitch Kenny not started every game of the finals? Was that he started he started against Parra to take the brunt of their forward pack?
Maybe he will. Maybe they'll do that again.
I think he will because
Maybe they'll do that again.
He takes the brunt. He takes the first
Because he's pretty sturdy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good.
And it's not like a burden having him on the field at all. He's an unreal.
He's a
player.
quality player.
And then that brings Appy on 20 minutes. Oh, love dealing with Appy 20. You saw him rip South apart last week when he came on. So
yeah, but that's and I feel like the Eels don't have that. Reid Marnie's going to be playing that whole game. Yeah.
I'm tipping Penrith. I'm tipping
Penrith.
I'm tipping Penrith. Man of the match, Appy.
I'm going Dylan Edwards, man of the match. And I reckon it'll be around, 22-10, 22-12 or something like that.
I'm saying 28-10.
Okay, I don't mind that
28-10.
either, to be fair. I don't mind that either. More footy. PM's 13, first Papua New Guinea. We were talking just before, if I can rate that team that they picked.
The PM's 13 is always a bizarre team.
Yeah.
Jake Simkin of,
He was playing.
barely played first grade for the Tigers this year, got picked.
Avarillo played.
Famusi?
Famusi deserved that, though.
Yeah.
Famusi was played like a gun as well.
I feel like we need a Bo Fermor poster behind us.
Yeah, I fucking rate that bloke so much. And then you had Selman Cobbo and the Fox on the same wing with Burton, with Crichton as the centre, and then Burton at 6. It was just you'd never think of that being a combo.
No.
But it was hot. It
I don't know how they pick it. It's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not
Luke
sure.
Garner was in there.
Who?
Luke Garner.
Yeah, Luke Garner. He
Dane
played
Laurie.
pretty well, to be fair. I just rated the team. I was like, this team could go pretty well at a World Cup itself. But that made me say to Cody just before, we were discussing, all this talk about, we're losing these players to all the other teams and stuff. One, that's good because you want the competition to be harder. Two, I think people forgetting the players that are going to come into the Australian team. That PM side is quality.
And that's arguably a C grade Australian side.
Yeah, C, B grade team. But you've still got Tedesco, Cleary, Munster, Crichton, Murray, Yo,
DCE.
both Travojeviches,
Hunt.
DC in that team, Hunt,
Grant.
Grant, Val Holmes.
This goes on.
Like, honestly, like the team is stacked. Like they're gonna have no issues playing well. Like Burton, Whiten. Like the team is
I can't see Australia not winning.
like the team is still mad. The team is still mad.
And my only
Hunt.
thing is the only halfback for another nation that's quality is Jerome Hughes. Respectfully,
Yeah.
I don't think
I wonder
Samoa
if-
or Tonga have a.
But Luai, I wonder if Luai will kind of play a halfback like role.
I think Luai will play 7.
Yeah.
Oh no, Chanel Harris-Tavita's there,
yeah,
and so is Milford. So,
maybe. But I feel like Luai's gonna be steering the
but
ship.
I agree. But you get my point.
Yeah.
Like, there's no Australia are deciding between Cleary and DCE, and
when it's
there's Jerome Hughes
and SJ there.
Hughes and SJ at New Zealand. But other than that, New Zealand,
New Zealand's team as well is
Awesome.
hot. He's mad.
can't wait.
He's
Dude,
so
I'm
sick.
excited for the World Cup.
I've never been that keen on the Rugby League World Cups because they're usually very one-sided affairs. But ever since Tonga started building that team, and now this year, like ever since Tonga came into it, I reckon they 100% have changed it because it's brought an element of like it differentiates itself from just normal competitions. Because now you've got 4 teams competing.
Yeah.
You know, not just 3 or 2. It's like it's been at some. When this year, mate, a lot of those teams are very good, especially New Zealand and especially Tonga and Samoa.
And then England are there
England's
as
team
well.
as well.
I don't think England will be great. It sucks. I think Hastings has declared himself as an English player.
Does he?
He's
That's
injured.
kinda smart,
He's
though.
injured,
Yeah.
but they would have been good if he
Radley's
and
there.
Radley's there. Bateman.
Look, I'm really keen to see this World Cup. And like more excited than I've been for most of them.
Do you know where I was for my last Rugby League World Cup?
Where?
The Schoolies.
Yeah, fucking oath.
I remember watching it like in an apartment on the Goldie.
Did you actually?
Yeah,
That's quality.
Yeah.
That's quality.
yeah. That's like a memory that's just come to me now. I've totally forgot about that.
Were you just gonna burn it back out again?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
That's probably one you could forget, I reckon. Yeah.
Pretty happily.
And then also in sport,
Oh, also, when's the Dally M's?
I actually do not know.
And who's your pick? I think when the standings finished, it was Hunt on 19, Yo on 17, and Nico on 16.
Jeez, I could see Nico taking it. Because the Sharks had a really good back end of the season.
How was Bunce end of the season?
Who's?
Ben Hunt.
Pretty good. The Dragons won like their last 4 out of 6 games or something. They played pretty well.
And his origin, you got to remember how good his origin was.
yeah,
I know-
you don't get Dally M points for Origin though.
I know, but I feel like it'll just
Carry
be
over.
that'll just be in people's mind. You know,
I could see it being Nico Hines getting it because like every game the Sharks have played, like he's usually at least the best or second best player on the pitch,
Yeah.
which I think is fair. And he's done that, and they won a bunch of their last games before they got knocked out in the finals.
and made a prelim.
Yeah.
Did they? No.
And who
No, they
backed
didn't.
for him
They
the whole
made
year?
Second round.
Who called it straight away?
Yeah, you did.
I think I even said he could get the Dally M.
you did. You said he was a smoky.
Yeah. So,
Good call.
hey, not all good looks, mate. Not all good looks. Who do you think's going to win?
Oh, it could be either. All three of
But
them.
if you had to pick.
Ben Hunt.
Okay. Also a fair bet.
Because he was like 3 points ahead. So I was like,
Yeah,
that
true.
puts me in pretty good stead.
That's true. It does. There's something I'd like to clarify. A couple of weeks ago, we said Aaron Finch is retiring. I then go and look at the Australia versus India T20 lineups. I find out he's playing. I then do some deep diving. He's only retiring from ODI.
Okay.
So semi-retract
Yeah.
retirement statement where we were G'ing him up.
Yeah.
I'm a bit concerned now that I know he hasn't retired from the T20. There's a T20 World Cup coming up. But he's a great captain, but he's going to open and he's in a massive form slump.
Is there any reason like the test team doesn't translate pretty directly straight into T20?
Because it's totally different. Totally different ball.
Okay.
Like everything's totally different.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. But
And like some of it's just about like strike rate. Like there's some guys who play T20 or T20 experts in positions. So like one guy at the moment for Australia, Tim David, he's making a name for himself in the T20 sphere because he bats at like 5 or 6, which is called like a finisher's position because you usually come in at the end when you're there. And all he does is hit like 30 or 15 balls.
Okay.
Strikes at like, striking at 12 and 0, like high strike rate.
Yeah.
But usually most of those guys, like, they're just real clean hitters of the ball.
Okay.
So once they come in and they can just, like, they've got a couple really strong shots and they just manufacture them and they just pump the ball.
What's the 2, 3, and 4 for Australia's T20 side, generally speaking?
So it's usually Finch, Warner. And then 3 is Steve. They put Steve Smith at 3 just to kind of like, he just kind of noodles it around. Usually gets like a 30 off 20 or something. But like they've also got, they had Mitch Marsh in there at the last World Cup, who was excellent, who just took it to pound down. Then they had Stoyne, Maxwell.
That's right.
They have a lot of batters who you actually want batting higher up in the order. With Australian, like all the Australian teams all the Australian teams' batsmen, to be fair, like they're 7 from the last World Cup. All, if you had to ask them where they want to bat in the T20, would bat in the first 3.
Okay.
So it's kind of hard making that like. Anyway, but yeah, it's kind of hard. I don't know what their team's going to look like. Cam Green as well has been playing excellent in the T20s. Like he hit a massive 6 off Bumrah.
Right.
Like a monster. So he's been playing. He hit 50 in 20 balls the other night.
Yeah, he's a cricketer.
He's a real deal.
Yeah.
Could have been a ruckman in the AFL as well.
Yeah, it doesn't shock me.
Chose cricket. So he's a real deal, and I'm keen to see. I reckon he's gonna have a massive summer this summer.
Yeah, I agree. He was awesome last summer. It was kind of like
His bowling improved a lot last summer.
Yeah, agreed. Because I remember there being like still a bit of a question mark over him at the start, and then as the series went on, we were like, oh, okay, no, this guy.
I think
he rips.
I think if he didn't bowl as well as he did, there would be more questions over him. And like when they went to Pakistan and Sri Lanka and whatnot, he batted quite well. His batting improved. Like, he didn't get 100, but he got a few good scores. So I think people are kind of going, okay.
He's pretty solid in the field as well, as you know.
Like, he's a good fielder.
Yeah.
So I think people are kind of like, all right, it's coming. Like he's
still only like 23 or 24.
He's younger. I think he's 22 maybe. Or no, maybe he is our age.
Stop it.
Actually, he might be our age. But yeah, he's if he doesn't make a century this summer, I would be shocked. At least one of them. I think he's in for. I reckon he's got a couple. He's going to have a couple next to his name.
Yeah.
Roger Federer, last week as well.
Wow.
Has retired. Probably retired. Like, although there's Nadal and Djokovic, people still call him the GOAT. So, like, literally,
he was just a little bit older than them, I think, which is why people think that. But
he's just been a freak, just been a giant of tennis.
Much like the All Blacks, like a figurehead for the sport.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Everyone knows him. He'd have to be one of the most famous people on earth.
Oh, he'd like superstar. Seems like a pretty good bloke as well, to be fair.
Yeah.
You never seen him interviewed.
No,
he seems kind of
lovely.
funny and whatever. Pretty.
Just unproblematic.
Yeah. And like it's pretty crazy to think like him and Nadal, like they're like best friends, but they're also fiercest rivals. Same with him and like all those guys, Andy Murray to an extent as well. Like all massive rivals. Like if Andy Murray played in a different era of tennis, who knows how many Grand Slams he could have won. But he just happened to be playing against the 3 of the best players to ever step foot on the court. And was good enough to beat them a couple of times, which was good. But if we're going to, I'll just recap some numbers from the Federer's career. So 103 titles all up, 20 of them being Grand Slam majors.
Yeah.
1 French Open. And look, so this is what makes up the 20, sorry. 1 French Open, 5 US Opens, 6 Australian Opens, and 8 Wimbledons. And this blew my mind. 130 million in prize money, or just over it.
Really impressive stuff.
That is massive. That's huge.
That's a knock. That's a knock from Rog.
Like, people dream of winning 1 Grand Slam, let alone winning 20. You know, like that is insane.
Yeah, mate.
That is massive.
That's different breed sort of stuff.
That's a massive career.
It's our tip of the hat to Roger, one of the sporting greats of all time.
Yeah. You know what wigs me out as well? How's this bloke not a billionaire? He's won that much in prize money. Imagine how much he's got in commercial and sponsors and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, doesn't he? Isn't it Rolex or something sponsor him?
Yeah, probably. He'd have investments and stuff. He'd have to be a billionaire, dude.
Oh, he'd have to. He'd have $1 billion. There's only a couple $1 billion athletes that you'd think it would be like him, LeBron, Tiger Woods was for a little bit, Jordan,
Kobe.
No, I don't think Kobe was there.
No?
And maybe
Messi, Ronaldo.
and Ronaldo could be close.
Be heaps of footballers would be $1 billion players, surely.
No.
Don't you reckon?
No. Well, Mbappe maybe in a couple of years
Yeah.
when he earns his.
You forget how much $1 billion is, though.
It's a fucking lot of money.
Yeah.
But LeBron makes sense.
We're all this is all fucking just vibe from us as well.
Well, we're just guessing. This is pure. This is actually 100%
We have no
speculation.
idea.
We got no clue. We're just guessing. And last note, looking at the World Cup that's in Qatar coming up,
50 days.
50 days away. How good is that?
That's awesome. Australia's pool of
Tunisia, Denmark, and France.
Tough group.
Does
a draw with Denmark put us in good stead?
It puts us in great stead. We just can't lose 5-0 to France. That's the only thing. If we can somehow only lose 1-0, that's good. Because if you lose a game by more than 3 goals, it kind of means you have to win your next game by more than 3 goals to in case you have to go through on goal difference.
Yeah.
So we just can't get absolutely smashed. Massive games. France and Denmark, obviously the big ones. Tunisia, I don't know. Never seen them play. Got no idea who played.
And even still, they could beat us.
They could beat us. Because we thought that about Peru that one time. And they
could you
thrashed
name a
us 3-0.
Socceroo?
Yep. Trent Sainsbury, Matt Ryan, Aaron Moy.
Are they all going?
Yep.
Is Aaron Moy going?
Tommy Rogic. Yep. They've all been playing in the warm-up games.
Who did Rogic just sign for? West Brom?
Yes, he did. He did. I'm just like...
Will he play?
The thing is, yeah, he'll play. I just am
That's
always... I'm just always a bit fearful for Australia in the fact that, this one, why don't we have a European coach? Graham Arnold doesn't know how to win games against... I have no faith in the fact that Graham Arnold knows how to win a game.
That's an interesting
in
point.
the World Cup.
Very interesting point.
Ange has gone away, and now he's a very successful manager at Celtic. But I just don't see how he's gonna chalk up in a World Cup. Honestly, the games I've seen from the Socceroos, we struggled to qualify to begin with. I just cannot see it happen. I can't see him being the guy to get us there, and I don't know why he's still the coach. Surely Football Australia has the money to dish on a class European or coach with World Cup experience or European experience at least.
It's a very good point.
Because
thought about it.
You want a manager who has been there in some regard.
For sure.
Whether playing at a very high level or coaching.
Does
at a very
Graham
high
Arnold
level.
coach at club at all?
He just coached that A-League.
Okay.
That's why I'm worried.
That concerns me.
Yeah. That's why I'm
He hasn't had to coach against players like Mbappe and Kante.
he doesn't have the tactical
Pogba.
nuance to sort that out.
I don't think that tactical nuance exists in Australia, does it?
Not yet, anyway.
No.
Well, Ange Postecoglou had it. We won an Asian Cup, and then they got rid of him. Silliness.
Well, look, I think as an Australian, you watch the World Cup more for... we ride the Socceroos, but we watch it for football.
Yeah, you end up just enjoying... And, this year, the schedule, I might add, is not terrible. It's actually not that bad.
The Australian games you're talking about, yeah.
But just in general, it's not too bad as well. We got a 9 p.m. game, we got a 2 a.m. game, and we got a 6 a.m. game.
Yeah.
Which compared to some other years where it's only exclusively 1 a.m., 3 a.m., 5 a.m.
Yeah.
is pretty good.
Yeah.
He's pretty, not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad. So I'm keen for that. But yeah, I'm just pumped to watch some good football. Last 2 World Cups, I'd say, or 2 or 3 when they've been on, I have watched most matches. I'll either stay up or get up and watch them all.
Yeah.
Because it's just good footy.
Yeah.
It's just good footy, mate.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, we were in Europe for the last one. Weird flex.
Yeah.
Which was, I'm sure I've spoken about it on here before. Awesome.
Yeah, that would be unreal.
Because you're literally like the games. It was in, what country was it in?
You're Russia.
Russia, right. So the games were all at like 8 p.m. 6
Yeah,
p.m.
they're at
It
a
was
good
awesome.
time. That's sick.
Anyway,
I'm
can't wait.
Yeah, I can't wait. I am really keen on the idea that at some point in this World Cup, Messi and Ronaldo could verse each other in a playoff game.
Who are you riding home to win? Who do you want to win the World Cup?
Portugal.
Yeah, right. I want Argentina to win.
Yeah, I think Argentina could do it. Argentina's team's pretty good at the
Who have
moment.
they got? Anyone like new that I wouldn't be aware of outside
they
of
got
like Di Maria and
Martinez.
from Inter?
No, United. The centre back.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
been playing sensational.
Who's the
recently.
striker that's Martin? La Toro
Yeah.
Martinez
He's gone.
from Inter.
Then they've got like people like Dybala.
Like
I'm trying
number
to think.
10, Gonzalez, whatever
Yeah.
his name is.
He's a gun.
No, Otamendi's retired.
Yeah, they've get their team up because it is actually a good team. I was looking at it the other day. I just can't remember all the names. You'll recognise a few on there.
They'll probably all be like Martinez and shit.
I saw-
Argentina starting 11.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, is this a squad? Don't give me a squad.
This would be.
I want a
really-
predicted lineup. Give me a predicted
This would
lineup.
be really entertaining for everyone.
Yeah. Thanks for sticking around for an hour and a half to listen to this. Oh, is that it? Okay, it's literally giving us nothing. We'll
Okay.
have to circle back to this.
Anyway, I'm keen to see them play. I'm keen to see Brazil. I reckon Brazil's team is insane.
Oh, DePaul. He's the other one from Atletico.
Yeah,
He's a
okay.
beast.
He's gone.
And Lo Celso, I can't remember what club he plays for. Oh, no, Otamendi's playing.
Yeah.
And Romero from Tottenham.
Yeah,
Of course.
from Tottenham. Yeah, he's
Of course.
the centre back.
Gun on FIFA.
Yeah, Brazil's team as well got options everywhere. Like their attack is full of just young guns
Throbbers.
and Neymar as well. Might add, let's sprinkle that in there.
Oh, sprinkle in the name.
They got some of the best choices in centre mid you can ask for.
Spain will be good with Pedri and
Spain will be cool.
all
to
the
watch.
Barcelona midfielders.
Yeah,
have
they'll
you
be
looked
awesome.
have you watched Barcelona lately?
They've been
With like Gavi and
been phenomenal.
Who's the other guy? It's Gavi,
Pedri.
Pedri, and there's one more. I can't remember his name. But there's like three of them that are just fucking killing it.
just guns, and then they got
They got
Lewandowski
Fati
up
and
top.
all that. Anyway,
And then like,
fantastic.
but the thing with Brazil, they usually win one every couple, and they haven't won one for a while.
they're due.
So they're due. Netherlands are always pretty good. Like all the teams with a really rich World Cup history are hard to rule out because like it's hard to ignore them kind of thing because like they're usually the teams that do genuinely play really well.
Yeah.
Of course, France are looking like they're teams that you can't write them off. So Germany's like I'm saying,
The list goes on.
literally any team with a really rich World Cup history, usually it's usually the same final 8 every time, but a different winner.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's a good point.
Because they just know what they're doing. They know how to play.
Croatia.
Or Croatia. Yeah, but occasionally get a smoky sneak through.
I just mean they're like another one of the.
I'd like to see a team like a bit of a rogue team go deep. I was thinking, it'd be cool to see if like Wales or South Korea could go deeper than expected in the tournament. I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah.
I think like not bad teams. Their pools could make it possible.
I need to run my eye over it again. It's been a while. I'll
Have
be
a look,
honest.
mate. 50 days to go. Get around it.
Rip and tear.
Rip and tear.
Okay, hour 25. We should probably start wrapping this thing.
All right, music.
No, quickly, we did miss our Dribbly Instagram account this week earlier.
Hit it.
Got a great one this week, which I stumbled across earlier. Redfern Electrical.
Enlighten me.
I just showed you kind of previous to the pod, but it's kind of hard to explain what Redfern Electrical is. Basically, it's just some toiler who like, I think he's like really like skateboarding and he's just a bit rogue. And basically, I think at some stage he was raising money for a documentary about his business to start. So he's just like, he's just
a character.
He's just a character. I'll link him on our Barfly story. Just go through his stuff. It's hilarious.
sensational.
It's so funny. Yeah. Music this week. You want to touch base with your Imagine Dragons?
Look. I'm actually not fucking proud of this. All right, I'm not proud of this. Anyone, let me tell you. However, like I said last week, yes, there is an Imagine Dragons song I actually really enjoy, and it is called Bones by Imagine Dragons. And I don't care if you don't like it, because this one's for me. All right, this is for me. Let me enjoy this. Don't everyone else ruin it for me. All right, let me just have this one, please. I need it. Look it up. Bones, Imagine Dragons, absolute track. If I don't say so myself.
I'll add it to the playlist along with the other 25 that I haven't.
Yeah,
done.
with the That playlist would be deep right now.
I'm gonna do it at some stage. It's just like I just haven't. Often when I do the pod, like I'll literally do it, upload it, and then like because I usually have work at night or something, I'll go straight to work and I won't think about it again. Anyway, more excuse. No, it wouldn't take that long. It's probably a 15-minute task if I'm.
Well, I got to go straight away after this, but you can handle it.
Yeah, we talk about it as if you couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But anyway,
You just need to give me a Spotify account name or add me as a collaborator to the playlist, and I could do it.
oh okay, I might do that.
Yeah, and then I could actually do it.
Okay. Anyway, it's by the by. Let's wrap this thing.
All right. My name's Alexander Russell,
My name's Cody.
and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Thanks for coming.